Eid-Ul-Adha, the festival of sacrifice, was celebrated with grandeur and devotion yesterday at Ghana's Independence Square. The vast expanse was filled with thousands of worshippers dressed in their finest attire, coming together to perform the special Eid prayers. In a display of unity, people from different regions and backgrounds joined hands in worship, embodying the true spirit of Eid. The air was filled with the resonant sound of prayers and the lively chatter of families and friends. The Imam led the prayers to start the program. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia noted that Ghana, like the rest of the world, experienced closures and economic disruptions, causing discomfort for its citizens.
Patience and sacrifices are also required in our everyday life, in our personal affairs at home, with our families, at our workplaces, in our communities, and our dealings with our leaders and government. Your Eminence, global events in the past 3 to 4 years have had significant impacts on nations and their citizens. And our country, Ghana, has not been spared, thereby stretching the sacrifices of many. 3 years ago, the impact of one of the biggest global crises in modern history was so dire that we could not meet in an open space like this to observe Eid. The country, just like the rest of the world, was virtually shut for days, and our land borders were closed to economic activities for about 2 years. This led to a series of uncomfortable situations for our citizens, including the sudden rise in inflation around this time last year, especially for food prices. These developments required lots of sacrifices by Ghanaians as government tried to ameliorate the impact. Even though it was not pleasant for many Ghanaians, many understood the situation and sacrificed as government worked round the clock to find solutions through a number of measures.
He also urged everyone to follow Prophet Muhammad's advice to respect diversity, emphasizing its importance for community.
Fellow Muslims and fellow Ghanaians, as we observe the sacred festival of sacrifice, which is inspired by the motherly care of Hajar or Hagar towards her son Ishmael, and the Prophet Ibrahim's incredible obedience to God, let us always be inspired by their acts of selflessness and sacrifice, by caring for each other and also sacrificing for worthy causes for the betterment of our families and communities. Let us also heed the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's admonition to us in his iconic Hajj sermon to respect diversity and inclusion.
The National Chief Imam prayed to God to protect the Vice President and to enhance Ghana's orderliness, development, and peace.
I want to express my warmest felicitations and best of wishes to the Vice President, spouse, and all those from government who have come here this morning, and wishes you the best of celebration. Indeed, it is God who has honored him. And when he has been honored by God, he also uses that honor in the best manner possible. Indeed, he has spent, used, utilized his honor given to him by God into serving the citizens of the country, the servants of God. What excites me most is the fact that Muslims, non-Muslims, and other followers of other faith, all of them are beneficiaries of his leadership.
Allahu Akbar. Mala yace ba kowa ne Allah ke bai wasa wata dinga yin irin aikin da yake yi ba sai wanda Allah ke son sa.
It's not indeed, it's not all those who have been honored by God with his wealth that are able to remember, except the one who Allah himself has selected for such a duty. Therefore, my prayer for the Excellency of the Vice President is that may God honor and increase him.